Meghan Markle has lied about her age. She's actually older.
Meghan Markle now has been confirmed a natural-born liar. But even when she believes her own lies, she can't deliver them with conviction.
There are so many telltale signs that something is clearly wrong with Meghan. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but I mean, how can you get your age so wrong?
Page 90, one single number, and suddenly a topic that might have been ignored is getting a whole lot of attention online. People started digging through old magazine archives, comparing dates and asking questions. What caught everyone's eye wasn't a shocking interview or a new statement. It was a number printed decades ago that sparked a fresh round of debate. Here's what online commenters pointed out. Back in March 1997, 17 magazine published an issue that is still available in archived form today. Anyone can look it up and see the pages for themselves. On page 90, there was a small feature highlighting young people hoping to build careers in entertainment.
I think when I was 30, if I thought about 50, I thought that is an awful long way away. And I don't really need to think about it. And then I blinked and I'm 50. That's crazy.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Next to Meghan Markle's name, readers noticed an age listed as 21, not 16, not 15. The page reportedly showed 21 years old in a March 1997 publication. That detail immediately got people talking. The widely reported public information states that Meghan was born on August 4th, 1981. Based on that date, she would have been around 15 years old when that issue was published. That's why some online users became curious when they saw a different number printed in the magazine.
Sister, she confirms the year of Meghan's birth is 1981, not 1976. So Meghan's own sister corroborates the official date as per Google. A lot of people, though, say that Samantha Markle had since revealed Megsy's true age in her court documents as part of the defamation suit against her that's happening.
The discussion quickly spread across social media. Some users began comparing timelines and suggesting possible explanations. Others wondered whether the magazine entry could simply contain an error. As screenshots circulated, more people joined the conversation and offered their own theories. If the printed age were correct, some commenters argued the timeline would look very different. But it's important to note that no verified evidence has emerged showing that publicly reported biographical information is incorrect. Even so, the debate continued to grow online. Many people suggested the simplest answer, a publishing mistake. Others questioned that explanation and pointed out that magazines typically go through editors and review processes before publication. That disagreement became a major part of the conversation, with both sides defending their views.
So, if you go over on Google, is she lying about her age? It currently says August 4th, 1981, that she is 41. Well, she would be 42 today. But is this true? There is a rumor she's actually older, so let's examine what's out there. This is a copy of 17 magazine, and it was published in March of 1997. In it, it mentions our Megsy is from Los Angeles and that she was 21 years old at the time of publication. That would make her birth year at around 1976. However, why is it saying here she was born 5 years later in 1981? Is she 42 years old, or is she closer to 47 years old?
What really kept the discussion alive, according to commenters, was the lack of any direct public response to the renewed attention. Rather than focusing on confirmed facts, many online users began speculating about why the topic had suddenly become popular again. Meanwhile, royal watchers were also focused on a completely different story that generated plenty of reactions this week. Last Friday, Prince William gave an interview with Heart Radio, and many viewers responded positively. He spoke about Catherine's recovery, shared memories of his grandmother, and even joked about the long-running debate over whether jam or cream belongs first on a scone. The lighthearted comments received a lot of attention online. Clips from the interview spread quickly across social media. Supporters described his appearance as relaxed, confident, and personable. Positive reactions filled comment sections throughout the day. Then online users noticed something they found interesting. A short time later, Meghan uploaded an Instagram video featuring scones as well. The similarity in subject matter immediately caught the attention of social media users, and comparisons started appearing almost instantly. In the video, she appeared wearing a white apron while preparing food in her kitchen. Some viewers praised the presentation, while others criticized aspects of the production.
As you know, on Friday's episode, we brought you that charming interview with Prince William where he revealed finally that the late Queen Elizabeth II had decided the conundrum when it comes to the great British tradition of how to have your scones. Cream first, jam second.
Commenters debated everything from the camera angles to the audio quality, with opinions varying widely across different platforms. Before long, many people were comparing the video and the interview side by side, creating yet another online discussion that quickly gained momentum. She also used two nicknames that many viewers said they had never heard publicly before, Lil and Arch. And that's when online discussion really took off. One body language commentator reviewing the video on another channel described it as the "don't forget about me" move.
Within hours, Meghan Markle had decided she was going to use that as a little stunt for her business was never. Hands posting, here we go again. Meghan has backed her stalker vibe tricks. Prince William spoke about scones 2 days ago, and now she has to create an entire post about baking warm scones topped with her as ever crap. I mean, how ridiculous is this woman? The need to copy the royals is creepy. So we know what's going on. I can reveal Meghan Markle is now completely in control of her own social media output. That after the huge fallout with Netflix. Meghan follows everything despite her claims. I don't watch. I don't listen. She follows everything. She saw that and thought, oh, I'm going to jump onto that bandwagon.
According to that commentator, the timing made the post feel less spontaneous and more like an effort to join a news cycle that was already getting a lot of attention elsewhere. With conversations about old magazine records and timelines already spreading online, some critics argued that the extra attention only added to the growing scrutiny surrounding Meghan. Social media users came up with all kinds of reactions. What caught people's attention wasn't just when the video appeared, it was the fact that viewers suddenly heard those nicknames used in a public-facing post, and many immediately began sharing their opinions. For years, discussions around privacy have been a major part of public conversations involving the Sussex family. That's why some viewers were surprised to hear the nicknames Lil and Arch featured in a polished lifestyle-style video centered around baking, home life, and personal branding. The reactions arrived fast. Some critics questioned whether introducing memorable public nicknames and that type of content aligned with earlier messages about maintaining privacy. Others saw nothing unusual about it at all. As with most online debates, opinions quickly split into different camps.
So after the scones, she immediately moved back onto the kids, who are simply now a prop for her business. Look at this. Inspired by the jams Meghan has created in her own kitchen and shared over the years, each spread reflects a small batch, carefully balanced approach to flavor. Bright and fruit-forward with just a hint of tartness. Ha! She's got a bit more than a hint of tartness, if you know what I mean. And a whisper of lemon. These spreads are crafted to highlight each fruit's natural essence without over-empowering it. Now, we don't care about that, do we? We don't care about that. So what got the attention? It was this. Watch.
Everyone in my family has a different favorite. My husband loves the raspberry, Will loves the strawberry. Arch likes both, and I like them all.
To some viewers, the video felt completely natural. To others, it looked like an attempt to remain part of a rapidly moving news cycle while public discussion continued to grow around several unrelated topics. And according to some commentators, the debate had started moving beyond the original magazine discussion entirely. Because several people connected to Meghan's past have made public comments over the years, and online users began revisiting those statements once again. Her half-brother, Thomas Markle Jr., has previously made remarks that online commenters frequently reference when discussing family timelines. Those comments resurfaced as social media users searched for information and compared different public claims. Then there's Samantha Markle, who has publicly criticized Meghan on numerous occasions over the years. As older interviews and headlines resurfaced online, some critics argued that the renewed attention brought those long-running disagreements back into public view. People also revisited discussions involving Thomas Markle Sr. As older interviews circulated again, some online users debated whether enough information had ever been provided to satisfy ongoing questions that occasionally appear on social media. That ongoing uncertainty kept the conversation going. Then another topic entered the discussion when internet users began revisiting remarks attributed to Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland.
Because don't forget about me. Look what I'm doing. I'm doing that too. Here's what I think. Yeah. Aren't I cute? I'm just adorable. Watch me put this stuff on here.
A clip that had circulated online previously became part of the conversation again. Commenters began analyzing various statements and comparing them with publicly reported information. Some believed there was nothing unusual about the remarks at all, while others continued searching for connections and explanations. As often happens online, a single comment generated dozens of different interpretations, and some commenters dismissed the entire discussion as misunderstanding and speculation.
Seriously, this woman is supposed to be a producer and can't even get the audio right for a short Instagram video, which is both overproduced and somehow underproduced at the same time. It boggles the mind. She is well and truly running all of this, and it really shows. And Tom Sykes of The Royalist lambasted the Duchess, saying she is now openly using her family to flog jam, arguing that Meghan's team have sometimes spoken about her children, or say that she's spoken about her children or husband when promoting products under her brand as ever, which is described as being inspired by Meghan's long-lasting love of cooking, entertaining, and hostessing with ease. However, a new holiday post represents the first time Meghan has invoked her royal husband and kids herself in an openly as ever branded affair. Needless to say, it wasn't filmed in her own slightly grotty kitchen.
Others argued that the clip added another layer to an already active debate. Regardless of which side people supported, one thing was clear. Social media users were paying very close attention, and the conversation continued gaining momentum. And now, according to some online observers, the lack of clear answers has become part of the story itself. People keep noticing the same pattern. Questions appear, discussions grow, and then the conversation keeps moving without any definitive resolution. That uncertainty has continued to drive debate across social media platforms. But for many commentators, the bigger question isn't whether every detail in old records matches perfectly. It's why certain claims keep resurfacing year after year in the first place. As people revisited stories from Meghan's earlier years, they began comparing dates, interviews, and public accounts. That's when some online users started pointing out what they believed were inconsistencies, while others argued there was nothing unusual at all. Take the frozen yogurt shop story Meghan has shared in the past. She described working at a young age and gaining early job experience. As the story circulated again online, some commenters began questioning specific details, while others noted that memories from decades ago are often retold differently over time. That immediately sparked another round of discussion. Then there's the Jasmine Bleeth commercial story that Meghan has referenced more than once over the years.
So no, she is desperate. They are in huge trouble. They have boxed themselves into a corner, and there is no way out.
When internet users revisited that timeline, they once again started comparing dates and public information. Some argued everything fit together normally, while others continued searching for explanations that matched their own theories. The result was yet another debate fueled by screenshots, clips, and social media posts. Northwestern University also became part of the conversation. Meghan has frequently spoken about attending the university and graduating from the school, making it a well-known part of her public biography. But online discussions often take on a life of their own. Over the years, various rumors and claims have appeared on forums, blogs, and social media posts regarding different periods of Meghan's life.
Not a surprise here because, yeah, she lies a lot about her stuff. We've caught her in so many lies. Her own sister has come forward, her family, everybody is exposing the lies that she's been telling.
August 4th, 40 years ago.
However, many of those claims remain unverified, and no publicly confirmed evidence has emerged to support some of the more dramatic stories that continue circulating online. Even so, the rumors keep resurfacing. According to online commentators, what stands out most is not any single claim, but the fact that internet users continue revisiting the same topics repeatedly. Every time one discussion fades away, another seems to appear in its place. People began comparing different periods of her life, different interviews, and different public stories. Some concluded everything was consistent. Others remained unconvinced and continued asking questions. And then, there's another image that has circulated online for years.
So it was always puzzling how Meghan Markle, or why Meghan Markle, would need to stay here the entire year. And what I found out will shock you. Just to give you a little bit of background, Corey Vitiello was sharing an apartment with one of his cousins. And allegedly, he hooked up with Meghan Markle pretty early on, 2012, fresh off her marriage from Trevor Engelson.
Many people have seen the photograph being discussed, while many others have never heard about it at all. Supporters and critics have offered completely different interpretations of what the image shows, who appears in it, and whether it has any relevance whatsoever. What makes the situation unusual is that there has never been a widely accepted conclusion. As a result, the photo has become another example of how online speculation can continue for years without producing clear answers. Some people dismiss it immediately, while others keep bringing it up whenever broader discussions about Meghan's past return to the spotlight. And once again, the debate continues to grow. When the photo first started circulating online, supporters were quick to dismiss it, calling it fake, edited, AI-generated, or something taken out of context from the very beginning. But that didn't stop online users who were curious from continuing to examine it and discuss it across forums and social platforms. According to some online posts, a number of users reportedly tried running the image through various analysis tools that claim to detect edits, manipulation patterns, or AI-generated artifacts.
I want to thank the subscriber who sent me the information because she paid for it, and it's a background check on Meghan Markle, and it was actually a shocking find. Many Sussex squatties have tried to say that this picture is fake. I did a whole video here where I showcased experts and actually proper tools of photoshopping and editing detection, and this photo came up as 94% true. So you make of that what you will, but that is a what looks like a very pregnant teen Meghan Markle, which would make this.
People sharing those results online suggested the image looked authentic, though none of these claims have been independently verified or confirmed publicly. To be clear, there is no official confirmation supporting any of these interpretations. Still, some critics argue that if the broader age-related speculation were ever true, then people online believe it would completely change how they interpret the context of the image. In those discussions, they suggest the woman would simply appear as a young adult rather than anything else, which is part of the ongoing online debate. As these conversations spread, internet users also began pointing to other rumors and alleged records that have been discussed in online spaces for years. One commonly mentioned topic involves claims about a marriage document allegedly linked to Chicago in the mid-1990s. However, these claims remain unverified and have never been supported by publicly confirmed evidence. Another point that resurfaced in online discussions involves alleged historical records connected to personal identification details.
Very sus. That would mean that Meghan Markle was married at the age of 14 if she was indeed born in 1981. Because also, even her date of birth is, it's not believable. It is really not believable at all, because things that she has said, videos that she has talked about where she talks about different timelines, it would place her or would make her much older, at least 6 or 7 years older. I reached out to Frozen Yogurt, the place that Meghan Markle claimed that she worked at the age of 13. And you have seen the email they sent me. They said that they have never employed anybody of 13 years old, especially back then, without the approval of the school and parental.
Some users claimed certain documents were no longer easily accessible after a specific period of time, but again, there is no verified proof confirming these narratives, and they remain part of online speculation only. Despite the lack of confirmation, discussions continue to grow around timing and coincidence, with some users questioning whether information becomes harder to access over time due to privacy protections or unrelated administrative reasons. Others strongly push back, saying these theories are based on assumptions rather than facts. In other corners of the internet, additional personal claims about past relationships and private matters have also circulated over the years. These claims originate from online discussions and are not backed by verified sources, and many viewers caution against treating them as reliable information. Some posts also mention alleged private agreements or arrangements connected to past relationships, though none of these claims have been confirmed publicly. Critics of these theories often point out that private legal matters are frequently misunderstood or exaggerated online. Overall, most of these discussions remain unverified internet speculation, with no official evidence supporting the more dramatic interpretations that continue to circulate. And as for the more extreme rumors, including claims about hidden family details or undisclosed personal history, these remain entirely unsubstantiated online theories.
Approval as well. Mr. Markle is on record saying that Meghan Markle has never held a job and that she was well off and she didn't need to work, that she spent all of her time married with children on the set of Married with Children. So given all these lies, I just wonder, because she talked about Jasmine Bleeth, the commercial that she did, the deodorant commercial Jasmine Bleeth did, but that would have been in 1997. That was the first time, I believe, that she did the 1996 or 1997. That would have placed Meghan Markle at 16 years of age. That sounds reasonable for her working at that yogurt place, not 13.
That have never been proven or confirmed in any credible way. Some people online take these theories even further, pushing claims that Meghan may not only be a mother, but possibly even a grandmother by now. There is no public evidence confirming any of this, and these claims remain pure internet speculation. Still, some critics argue that when they stack everything together, including alleged record confusion, rumored legal agreements, family silence, and old magazine listings, it starts to look like a bigger hidden narrative in their eyes. That's part of why some believe these discussions are resurfacing with more intensity right now. According to various online commentators and entertainment watchers, Meghan's public image has been under increasing scrutiny in recent years. Critics claim that speaking opportunities and paid appearances tied to her and Harry's public profile have reportedly declined compared to earlier expectations. Some online voices say interest from major companies has cooled over time, while others argue this is simply a normal shift in public attention cycles. Because of that, some critics online describe it as a decline in brand momentum, while supporters strongly disagree and say the narrative is exaggerated. There have also been ongoing rumors about staff changes and turnover within their household operations. Over time, reports and online discussions have mentioned restructuring and personnel shifts, though details are often unclear or unverified. Supporters view this as normal organizational change, while critics interpret it differently.
So which one is it? We have a lot of doubt when it comes down to Meghan Markle's truths, because none of them make any sense. And this marriage certificate, this happened in 1995 in Chicago, and it is sealed. I don't know why all these bloody documents are always sealed, because it doesn't make any sense at all. There is so many things that just don't add up with this woman. Did the royal family know that she had been married before? Did they vet this woman? Has this marriage been annulled? Or did Meghan Markle disclose this to anybody?
Then discussion moved toward rumors involving property searches in New York City. Some online posts suggested Meghan had been exploring luxury real estate options, which supporters framed as business expansion and lifestyle growth. Critics, however, reacted skeptically, pointing out the extreme costs of high-end Manhattan properties and questioning how realistic such moves would be depending on current ventures. That led to broader online commentary about her recent projects. Some viewers pointed to mixed reactions surrounding media deals and brand launches, while others argued that public reception varies widely depending on audience and timing. As the conversation expanded, so did speculation about financial pressure and personal dynamics, though none of these claims are confirmed or supported by verified evidence. Some online theories suggest stress may exist behind the scenes, but these remain purely speculative interpretations circulating on gossip platforms. Critics often link this speculation back to public appearances, pointing out moments they believe are strategically timed to draw attention. One example frequently mentioned online is the timing of a recent social media post following a high-profile interview involving Prince William. Some users argued the timing felt intentional, while others saw it as unrelated coincidence. As usual, opinions split sharply across different communities. The use of family nicknames in the post also became part of the discussion. Some critics interpreted it as a calculated branding choice, while supporters viewed it as a normal personal touch in casual content. According to harsh critics, Meghan's connection to royal life remains a key part of her public visibility. They argue that without that association, attention would decrease significantly, while supporters strongly disagree and point to her independent projects.
There are files about Doria Ragland. We know that in 1996, she was sued for eviction to get evicted from the place where she was living. And there's also a criminal file that nobody can access. So what is really the reality? Because how can nobody correct this woman? She went on Southwest and Texas on that stage with Katie Couric, and Katie Couric asked her, Can you please tell us the story when you were 11 years old? I mean, everybody has seen that commercial. It clearly starts with, when I'm Meghan Markle, I'm 12 years old. So what is going on here? Why the secrecy around this woman's birth certificate?
And that brings the conversation to one final question being asked online. If so many of these rumors and interpretations have circulated for years, why did official institutions proceed without addressing every public claim in detail at the time? That's the mystery some viewers keep talking about online. People often point out that royal marriages are not simple personal decisions, but involve extensive background review processes. According to general reporting, financial history, personal records, public reputation, and security considerations are all typically reviewed before someone formally joins the working royal circle. Because of that, some online commentators argue that if certain rumors or claims about timelines or family history were accurate, they believe they likely would have been examined during those processes. Others strongly disagree and say online speculation often ignores how incomplete public information can be. That disagreement has led to ongoing theories that continue circulating in royal gossip spaces. Some commentators online suggest that Harry may have been made aware of concerns early on, but chose to proceed regardless, often describing him as frustrated with royal expectations and eager to pursue a more independent path. These remain interpretations and opinions shared online rather than verified facts.
Putting her full official name of Rachel Meghan Markle, you can see that the official records show she was born in 1981. There it is, August 4th, 1981. Finally, at the document that everyone jumped on at the beginning, offending a little while back, here's a tweet from Jane Whittle, and it caused a stir because it showed the biography of Megsy where she described herself as Caucasian rather than biracial. Everyone took this document as being real. Well, if you think that, you need to keep the same energy for the rest of the information that is on here, including the date of her birth, which shows August 4th, 1981.
There are also long-running discussions in gossip forums claiming that senior members of the royal family may have had reservations at different points. However, none of these claims have ever been publicly confirmed, and they remain part of speculative online narratives rather than established information. Still, online users repeatedly return to the same idea. The combination of silence, conflicting interpretations, and unanswered questions has kept the topic alive for years. Some extreme online theories use strong language to describe these situations, but those characterizations are opinions circulating in unofficial spaces rather than verified statements. Other discussions in royal gossip communities go even further, suggesting that individuals entering royal life may be surrounded by complex social and historical networks that outsiders do not fully understand. Some users try to connect these ideas to broader historical controversies involving the monarchy, though these connections are speculative and not supported by confirmed evidence. Despite the lack of verification, these theories continue to circulate because many people believe there are still gaps in public understanding of private royal matters. Another recurring topic in online discussions involves rumors about timing around personal milestones during that period. Some commenters speculate about changes in public narratives over time, but there is no verified evidence supporting these claims, and they remain part of internet rumor cycles.
Why would this old 1997 publication of 17 say she was 5 years older, 21, which would make her 1976? Well, who knows? Clearly an accident. Maybe she was trying to play older then. Who knows? Sometimes you want to play older when you're younger. But yes, this was a mistake and it was not picked up before publication. And that has prompted many people to then run with this and say it's true.
Some users also suggest that senior figures may have faced difficult decisions regarding public acceptance of certain events. But again, these ideas are not backed by confirmed documentation or official statements. Even so, the discussions continue, largely because online communities often revisit unresolved or unclear topics and reinterpret them over time. When looking at Prince Harry today, commentators often focus on how his public role has changed significantly compared to earlier years. He no longer serves in an official working royal capacity and now lives primarily outside the United Kingdom, while media coverage continues to track developments involving his relationship with the royal institution. Some online users also point to adjustments in royal responsibilities following his departure, interpreting these changes in different ways. Others argue these shifts are standard organizational updates rather than anything unusual or connected to speculation. And as with much of this discussion, interpretations vary widely depending on perspective.
being a member of any grand family doesn't have its pressures and its problems. And there are oppressive aspects, especially when you are younger, because you do not necessarily want to fit in. You do not necessarily see the need to live up to your obligations.
With no single confirmed narrative agreed upon online or publicly. According to some royal watchers, the idea is that the palace may have eventually decided there was no simple way to publicly shut everything down without creating even more attention around it. Because of that, critics of this theory believe the response strategy became quieter over time. Step back, avoid direct engagement, and allow public discussion to fade naturally. Supporters of that view often point to how responses have changed over time compared to earlier controversies. In past situations, there were usually immediate reactions, whether through statements, briefings, or indirect responses from representatives. Those earlier moments tended to be addressed quickly in some form. But in this more recent wave of online discussion, some observers note a different pattern. Very little direct response at all. No major public clarification, no strong denial, and no formal statements addressing the specific claims being circulated. According to critics, that absence is exactly what has intensified curiosity rather than reducing it. At the same time, royal watchers also highlighted the contrast in public presence between Prince William and the online discussions happening this week. While speculation was spreading across social media, William was seen attending public engagements, interacting with crowds, and appearing relaxed during appearances following Aston Villa's win. Clips of him singing and joking during informal moments circulated widely online, shaping a very composed public image. Some commentators described him as confident and at ease in public settings, presenting a steady image associated with his future role.
They don't have the money. They've been cutting corners left, right and centre. They've got rid of staff. Meg's baby looking at apartments in New York. That's like me looking at Buckingham Palace to decide that I'm going to occupy it. Total delusion. Total delusion.
That comparison then extended to discussions about Meghan's recent social media activity. Her kitchen video became a focal point for online interpretation, with users debating everything from the setting to the timing of the post. Some viewers saw it as a simple lifestyle clip, while others analyzed it in relation to broader online conversations already taking place. Critics of the video pointed to perceived differences in tone and presentation compared to other public moments being discussed online. Supporters, however, argued that these interpretations were exaggerated and that online comparisons often remove context. Overall, the discussion became less about any single moment and more about how different audiences interpret public appearances in very different ways. And as more claims, reactions, and interpretations accumulate over time, some online commentators argue that the conversation continues largely because it never fully resolves into one agreed explanation. The magazine archive is still out there. The older rumors are still being discussed online. The debates about alleged records are still circulating across social media. The reported family disagreements are still being referenced. The photograph people continue to analyze is still being shared and re-examined. And the silence around all of it, according to critics, continues to grow louder each week. Some online commentators argue that if these claims were completely baseless, they would have been dismissed and forgotten long ago. Instead, the internet keeps revisiting old clips, screenshots, and discussions, and users continue reinterpreting details from different angles over time. Because of that, royal watchers say this situation stands out compared to other online controversies involving public figures.
Meg's baby is trying to pretend that there are ways out. There are no ways out. All this nonsense, which I think I'm going to get to in a later question, about reconciliations with the king, I think it's going to be covered later. Anyway, let me just touch upon it from now. all of these phantasmagoric stories are phantasmagoric stories that bear as much relationship to reality as pigs flying bear to you and me going first class on that airline.
When someone who is usually active in responding becomes less visible in addressing specific rumors, some people online start asking questions about why that shift happened. As a result, online communities begin forming their own interpretations, connecting unrelated topics, and building narratives based on speculation rather than confirmed information. Whether those interpretations are accurate or not, they continue to spread and evolve across platforms. Critics often say that the longer direct responses are absent, the more space there is for assumptions to grow, with users filling in gaps based on their own theories and perspectives. Meanwhile, supporters of a more cautious view argue that online speculation often exaggerates connections between unrelated events, and that silence does not necessarily imply anything beyond a preference not to engage with rumors. In the end, the conversation continues largely because old material remains accessible, discussions keep resurfacing, and online audiences repeatedly revisit topics that never reach a clear, final resolution.